Christina Caskey here with Forever Bored Soapery. I'm just doing some wrapping today, well not wrapping, sorry, labeling today of my fresh ginger and lime soap. And I'm going to try the new labeling that I had talked about in a previous video. So I'm going to try my little guy on the front, which I think is doing good, and one on the back. So this will be the first bar on my shelf that's carrying these labels. Just gonna test them out, see how I feel about them. I did try one other option kind of off camera there, of just doing like a wraparound band about this thick, so just a little guy, but to wrap around the bottom completely. But it was too small. The ingredients, I want my customers to be able to read the ingredients. I feel like that's super important to customers right now. And it just looks so small. And if I can't read it, because my eyesight's not great, chances are I've got customers who can't read it. So I decided not to go that route and stick with this one, and we'll see how she goes. I think it's gonna look okay. It's not too bad. The sun's coming in my windows here. That's not too bad. So I think that's gonna work out well. It kind of sucks that I have to do two different labels, but so far it's the solution that seems to be working for me. And I think it will do awesome. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Today is the day before Mother's Day. So yesterday was pretty busy in the shop. I'm expecting today will be as well, but so far I've only had one customer, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everybody's done their shopping already and it won't be too bad today, but we'll see how it goes. I generally do a lot of my cleanup and everything on Saturdays, so I'll do, you know, my sweeping and mopping of the store. The bathroom usually I'll get a scrubbing today, and just kind of finalizing some of the projects that I've got going on. I have a whole bunch of candle vessels that I need sealed so that I can put the wax and everything in them. So I'm gonna work on that today as well, get those all sealed up and put away. And then, what else? Oh, I wanna clean out all my bins for my market stuff. I forgot to clean them out here the last time I used them. And just sometimes the bath bombs and stuff will get salts everywhere and everything. So I just want to make sure they all look nice and clean. So they'll probably get a scrubbing today. And then I've got the dilemma of my desk. So I have a desk here in the shop. It fits all of my equipment the way that I want it to. So my Cricut machine and things like that. However, it's not big enough for like my paperwork and my labels and my different types of paper. It's looking really cluttered and really messy, and I need to come up with something bigger. Unfortunately, it is my workspace. I do a lot at it, and I just need to be able to have everything put away nice and clean, because it is all just one big room space here. There is not enough room in my back closet to have the office back there, which would be ideal so that people didn't have to see the mess, but that is where all my ingredients and everything else are, and my fridge and whatnot. So it's just not going to work out. But I figure an L-shaped desk would be more beneficial for me for my space. So right now it's kind of, I've got the main desk. It's got a little half shelf in the back and then two little extra shelves on the top, sort of thing. But I'm thinking an L-shaped desk, potentially with some shelves on top on this side, which will partially cover a window. I don't know that that's a bad thing. I think it's gonna cover some of the direct sunlight that's coming in the heat of the summer. So that might be okay. It'll still allow some sunlight in, but maybe not as much. So that might be an okay thing. But with some shelving, and I'd like to have some drawers underneath it, and I think that will help with me to have spaces to put everything away and just everything to have a home, I guess, is the gist of it, so that the customers don't see my mess. I'm not sure that it's blatantly obvious to them, but if they kind of come around the corner a little bit, they can see a mess, because everything's just starting to become jammed in there. So, and I don't want that. So gotta do that. And then I'm in the process of working with the local printer company here in town. They're gonna make me some signage, an A-frame sign for the front of the shop on the sidewalk. I think that's going to help with just getting some attention and getting people to kind of turn their heads this way to see that there is a shop here. I'm not saying that's a huge problem, but I do think it is part of the issue with the foot traffic. A lot of people who are coming in either are saying they had no idea I was here. They did see me on social media, which is great, but they've driven by, 1,000 times and never seen me, which means their eyesight isn't being drawn to this direction. And then the other thing is that a lot of people do say they are seeing me, but my hours are tricky for them, which I totally get that. Unfortunately, I'm not at a space to change that right now. I did think, just all over the place today, I did think, as a side, I might change my hours up a bit for the summer months. So when the schools are closed, I won't be driving bus. I might change up my hours for the summer months just to see what that does for foot traffic. If I notice a significant change or a significant amount of traffic, maybe in between like that 2:30 and 5 o'clock range, I might have to really do some reassessing on that. I suspect it's not going to be significant, but having never really had a shop in a small town, I don't know the answer to that. I could have tons of traffic, in which case that might be something I need to be considering for opening hours and that sort of thing. Anyways, so A-frame sign for the front of the store. Man, did I hem and haw like crazy about what I was going to put on that sign. I ended up simplifying it and going with not too busy of a sign. It seemed to be all the feedback I was getting was don't go all crazy like on it. Keep it clean and simple and just drawing attention to the store. So it's just basically going to say, come in, we're open. I'm going to have my goat on it, and just, it'll say Forever Bored Market on the bottom, or Forever Bored Soapery. I haven't quite decided on that yet, but it might say Soapery and Market. I think it's going to take up too much space, so we'll see. And then next weekend, so May long weekend here in Canada, we are having a big rodeo here in town. And we have a parade and all kinds of stuff. It's kind of the big community event of the summer, start off the summer sort of thing. So I'm thinking I will have that A-frame sign done and out front by then. And what I'll do is put some balloons on it just to draw a little more attention this way, and see if we can get all these people who are out and about for that weekend popping by and checking out the store and knowing that I'm here and I exist. Kind of draw that interest over this way. So we'll see how that does. And then I'm also kicking around, and I've got to make the decision today, but I'm kicking around doing, taking a bus in the parade. So my husband owns 2 school buses, the one that I drive and the one that he drives. And he does, obviously for schools, we drive the kids to and from school, and we do school field trips. But we're also considering, or he specifically, also does other trips. So he will do trips to West Edmonton Mall for large groups, or he's even taken a large group to the airport that didn't want to be parking 3 or 4 cars at the airport, so he drove them all in the bus to the airport. He's taken people to Oilers games, big groups out to the Oilers games, so they didn't have to worry about drinking and driving. What else? I don't know. All kinds of stuff. Anyways, basically, bachelor and bachelorette parties. That's the other common one that he gets too. So we're thinking that we would put the bus in the parade. That way we can advertise his business. It's big enough that I can also advertise the soapery market. But in our small little community, we're still allowed to throw candy. And I know some of you big city people are like, what? Nobody throws candy anymore. I know, but in our little towns, we still do. So we still throw candy here. So I thought what I would do is have the grandsons, and we have a few friends with kids and things like that. We would invite some other kids to join us and all be on the bus, and they could all throw candy from the bus. And I think that would be super fun and cute for all the kids, and yeah, and for the kids catching the candy, to have all these kids on the bus throwing them candy and having a great time. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I just got to finalize that today, but I think that's going to happen. We did talk about taking my husband's mud truck and just doing the soapery and market business for advertising. He's got a big lifted truck, and it's beautiful and wonderful, and I love it. But it is also a standard, and I think for me, I have not super great knees, and I think trying to keep that slow pace and your clutch in and out all the time, I think that'll be a bit tricky for me to do it for that length of time. So that's why I think the school bus being an automatic will be a better fit. Plus, I think it's a really good time for him to be doing some advertising as well for groups and stuff, to let them know that he exists and is available and all that great stuff. So that is what I'm thinking of. It'll just be me and potentially my daughter and maybe 1 or 2 moms kind of taking care of everything. My husband won't be with us that day. He does have a bachelorette party during the day that day, interestingly enough. They're doing quite the event. It's kind of a day event, which is interesting. So he won't be available, but I think we can handle it just fine without him. What else? Oh, it's warm. It's going to be like plus 30 around here today. I don't even know what's going on. We sure are getting some hot weather for May. I'll take it. I'm happy with nice sunshiny weather for sure. And what else? I'm trying to think what else is new and exciting here for you guys. It's the market that we did in Thorsby there was pretty okay. It was kind of quiet. Wasn't crazy busy. For the amount of people that came through, my sales were very good. So I'm still seeing that with my products, that people are still enjoying them. My ratio for sales has been pretty good with the amount of traffic that comes in and stops at my table and so on. I'm very happy with my sales there. I am meeting with a new store this week. So hopefully that goes well. They have a kind of a specific division or employee at their shop that reviews products and makes decisions on what goes on their shelves. So I'm not sure what you call that, guys. The buyer, I guess. I don't know. But I'm meeting with them next week, or this week coming up. So we'll see how that goes. And then, I don't know, it just feels busy right now. And I definitely expected it. This is my busy season. So that's why I've been making so much soap and stocking the shelves and doing all the things, is to get prepared for this. fingers crossed, hoping I've done enough. We'll see. If not, well, I guess I take some time and make more soap. I do feel like that's probably the biggest struggle with growing and expanding and doing all the things is I just don't know. I don't know if I'm doing enough, if I'm making enough, if I'm going to be able to meet all the needs or demands or things that come up. And just trying to be okay with the fact that worst case scenario, I sell out of all of my soap. I do know how to make melt and pour, so I can do some quick restocking with some melt and pour. I can do some hot processes as well to speed things up that way. And I have a lot of products that are one day kind of products. So my lotions and foaming sugar scrubs, maybe a couple days, just depending on how prepped I am. But my foaming sugar scrubs, deodorants, lip balms, there's lots of products that I can fill my shelves with, other than soap, if things are getting tight too. So it's not the end of the world, I guess. And I might be doing just a little bit of wishful thinking here. I could be just worrying about selling out, and meanwhile, I may not sell out at all. I might have the slowest year ever. Who knows? You just don't know. I have no idea what's coming my way. So I just wing it all day long, just winging it, and hoping for the best, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really happy that, you know, I'm finding more stores and more people are interested in my products. I desperately need to get out to some of my existing stores as well. I need to plan a day or a week or something where that's all I do is just go visit some stores. I just need to double check their inventories, see what their stuff looks like, check their wrapping on their soaps. Some of the older wrapping, I had that one cheaper kind of saran wrap I mentioned a while back, and I think it is that one. I'm noticing some of the wrapping on my soaps, it's kind of gotten loose, and it's totally easy to fix. All I got to do is heat gun it again, and it tightens back up again. I don't know if it's because of the handling, because of the cheaper plastic, what the reason is for that, but I have noticed it on a couple. So I do want to just kind of maybe bring them some freshly wrapped product, and then to bring theirs back to correct anything if they do have that issue with the looser wrap. So that's something. And then, yeah, just make sure that their shelves are looking bright and shiny and wonderful. I did notice one of the stores I was visiting this week, she still had my old foaming sugar scrubs on the shelves. So I did ask her to put them on sale. So if you happen to be in Kalmar, pop over to TMP Collective. She's going to have my foaming sugar scrubs on sale, 3 for $25. So that's a $5 saving, which is pretty decent. And there's nothing wrong with these scrubs at all. I've just moved to different packaging, so I want to kind of get those out and gone. I will have them at the Leduc Rodeo as well. I'll put them on the 3 for $25 sale. This year I'm not going to have the scrubs in the 3 for $25 normally. The price on them just went up too much, but in this case, just to clear out that old labeling, I will have some on sale for the 3 for $25. So that's another place you can find it and get that extra discount. If you love the scrubs, or if you just want to try them, get a little bit better pricing on them for that, for you. And there are lots of good fragrances still. So gonna do that. What else are we doing? I think that's about all the excitement, really. Just keeping busy, very busy. Want to get some more soaps made for you guys to watch me make. I've been a little bit slack on making soaps the last couple of weeks, but I am going to get back into the groove here and start making again. I've just been really busy with just doing things and stuff, I guess. Happy to be busy, happy to be doing lots of things, happy to be learning a ton of stuff, just overall really good time. So I think what I'm going to do is leave that here with us today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have been enjoying hanging out with me. Feel free, please, to like, share, subscribe, do all the things. Definitely helps me out. And I just really hope that you guys are, having a good time with me, learning with me, growing with me. And, you know, I appreciate the input that you guys share with me in the comments. I've been using that information to just really help me consider how I want to move forward, all that great stuff. So, yay. All right, I am going to finish up these last few and call it a day for our video, and I'll be in touch again soon. Fingers crossed with the soap. I just can't decide which one I want to make. Any ideas on a soap you'd like to see? Send me a comment. Maybe I'll play with it a bit for you. We'll see. Talk to you soon.